Hey, what's up folks? Here we are. Welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Origins. This is Female Dwarf Noble Rogue, episode 29, and we have something special that we need to do. Just real quick, I didn't want to edit this out because I just wanted it to make sense. I've come upon Alistair, and I'm going to take Zathrian.
Yes.
Pardon me. I wanted it to make sense. Okay, here's what's going on. I've come upon a small glitch. It's just a tiny little visual glitch. It's not that big of a deal, but it bothers me. So I need to fix it. Now what's going on here is usually after I go back to Flemeth's hut and defeat Flemeth, which is what we did last episode, I usually just call it a day there. And I show up to the refugees, and then I go to the Brazilian outskirts. I did it differently last time. After we killed Flemeth, I went straight to the refugees, and then I went to camp. And then from camp, I'm going straight into the Brazilian outskirts. And what's happening is it's going from camp straight into a cutscene. And so there's a little visual glitch where Wynn looks like she's in combat, you know? And she's not supposed to be in combat. She's supposed to be at ease, just, you know, conversing, having a conversation. But, so it's bothering me to no end, and so I need to fix it. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back down to Flemeth's hut real quick, and then we're just going to turn around and head back to where we're supposed to be. So we're just backtracking a little bit. That's all we're doing. Just letting everybody, you know, cast their buffs and such. Okay. Now, let's grab a quick save. Okay, we did a quick save there. I forgot to add my own buffs here.
Well, alright.
Okay, now everybody's buffed up. We're all ready to go. Let's grab a second quick save. Okay, so we got both of our quick saves in, and everybody's buffed up and everything, and so that should take care of the glitch. So let's just go ahead and...
Of course.
Let's just get back on track and pretend like this never happened. Maybe there'll be a random encounter here. Okay, a little bit of a random encounter here. This is the one with the spiders, yes? Yes. I'll wait until after combat dies down to explain. Okay, so when moving along the map, some of the encounters are actually scripted and they're meant to happen intentionally. This one in particular is a total, it's just a random encounter. There are several that can occur. This is one of them. It's not really significant in any way other than it's just a random encounter. And it's worth some extra experience. That's it.
I love this game.
Just going through, grabbing all the loot and stuff here, killing all the spiders. That's it. No big deal. Nothing to see here. Show's over.
Another creature. Now going to the Lovely.
Couple of cocoons up there that I didn't see. Oops, hit a web.
And so I shall.
Okay, almost done. Finally, we get to the queen.
How dare you?
Now the fun part. All of this.
And I got caught again.
As you desire.
Okay, so nothing special, just a little bit of extra XP and some loot. Alright, so let's grab a quick save here. First, look at that. Haha. Did y'all get hemmed up there? Okay, so let's just move on. Glitch complete. Back on track.
Stop right there, outsider. The Dalish have camped in this spot. I suggest you go elsewhere, and quickly.
Actually, I've been looking for the Dalish.
I find that hard to believe. What business could we Dalish possibly have with a group like yours?
I'm a Grey Warden. I wish to speak to your leader.
A Grey Warden? How do I know you're telling the truth?
Many people go about pretending to be Grey Wardens, do they?
No, that's true. Perhaps I shall let the Keeper decide for himself. In the camp, I suggest you keep your hands to yourself, and remember that our arrows are still trained on you. Follow me.
Okay.
I see we have guests. And a hound amongst them. As if we haven't had enough problems with such creatures. Who are these strangers, Mithra? I have precious little patience and less time to spend on outsiders today.
This one claims to be a Grey Warden and wishes to speak with the clan. I thought it best to leave the decision to you.
That was wise of you. Masirinus, Mithra, you may return to your post.
Manuvinen, Keeper.
Now, allow me to introduce myself. I am Zathrian, the keeper of this clan. Its guide and preserver of our ancient lore. And you are?
My name is Justice. Pleasure to meet you.
If you came to bring news of the Blight in the south, it is not needed. I had already sensed its corruption. I would have taken the clan north by now, had we the ability to move. Sadly, as you can see, we do not.
Yes, it seems like you've had your own troubles. What are the odds?
I imagine you are here regarding the treaty we signed centuries ago. Unfortunately, we may not be able to live up to the promise we made. This will require some explanation. Please, follow me. The clan came to the Brazilian forest 1 month ago, as is our custom when we enter this part of Ferelden. We are always wary of the dangers in the forest, but we did not expect the werewolves would be lying in wait for us. They ambushed us, and though we drove the beasts back, much damage was done. Many of our warriors lie dying as we speak. Even with all our magic and healing skill, we will eventually be forced to slay our brethren to prevent them from becoming beasts. The Blight's evil must be stopped. But we are in no position to uphold our obligations. I am truly sorry.
Is there no way to help your men?
The affliction is a curse that runs rampant in their blood, bringing great agony and then ultimately either death or a transformation into something monstrous. The only thing that could help them must come from the source of the curse itself. And that would be no trivial task to retrieve.
I'm good at non-trivial tasks.
Within the Brazilian forest dwells a great wolf. We call him Witherfang. It was within him that the curse originated, and through his blood that it has been spread. If he is killed and his heart brought to me, perhaps I could destroy the curse. But this task has proven too dangerous for us. I sent some hunters into the forest a week ago, but they have not returned. I cannot risk any more of my clan.
You said you could perhaps destroy the curse?
There is no guarantee that this will work, as I suspect. But it's the only hope we have left.
Well, I don't mean to be mistrustful or anything, but I suspect that there's more to this story than Zathrian here is telling me, so I'm just gonna tell him. I'll find this Witherfang for you.
I must warn you that more than werewolves lurk in the Brazilian forest. It has a history full of carnage and murder, you see. Where there is so much death, the veil separating the spirit realm from our own becomes thin, allowing spirits to possess things, living or dead. But if you can indeed help, then I wish you luck.
Okay, well, I should go.
I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
You can continue talking to him and tell him that you have some questions, but he starts getting rude and saying, I don't really have time for this. What can I tell you? And he doesn't really tell you that much, but his apprentice here, Lanaya, who is standing next to him, she can stand there and talk for, there's like 10 minutes worth, I think, of conversation we can have with her. So I'm not sure if any of it gives a codex or experience or if it's worth it to the story. I'm not sure if it's worth it to record an additional 10 minutes of conversation here, but I don't know. I think I might go ahead and talk to her. She has kind of a soothing voice, and so maybe I'll go ahead and record it. Let's grab a quick save. And let's move over here and talk to Lanaya real quick.
I'm Daranatishan, Grey Warden. My name is Lanaya. I am Zathrian's first, what you might call an apprentice, perhaps. I've been studying under the Keeper all my life. I am a bit curious of the outside world. Do you mind if I ask you a question or two?
If you like, go ahead.
I hear the human cities are very large, thousands upon thousands of souls all packed together in their houses. Is that true?
Yes. Some are larger than the eye can see.
How very loud that must be with everyone talking all at once. I try to imagine those of our people living in such a place, surrounded by walls of stone and indifference. It is a difficult thought.
They're used to it, just as the humans are.
Being accustomed to pain and suffering does not make it any less tragic. It is said that one day we will have a land of our own. We Dalish gather the ancient wisdom in preparation for this. When that day comes, all elves, even those who have forgotten, will reclaim their former glory. I have one more question, though I'm not sure you can answer it. Do the humans ever regret what they did to us?
I think some of them do. Not all humans are the same.
And yet, even if some regret, they do nothing. A poet once wrote of them before the fall of the Dales. Like dragons they fly, glory upon wings. Like dragons, they savage, fearsome, pretty things. But you don't need me to quote poetry to you. Forgive me. Perhaps you have some questions of your own.
Yeah, I do. Tell me more about yourself.
I'm hardly anyone special, I assure you. If I seem different from the rest of my clan, it's only because I was born amongst humans. I came to the Dalish at a very young age, but I've always retained my curiosity about the world I came from.
How did you come to the Dalish if you were so young?
My parents were servants to a human merchant whose caravans plied the southern routes. One day, bandits killed him, and my parents both. I was the only survivor, just a young girl, and the bandits took me. I was their servant for several years.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. That must have been horrible.
It was. The long years of reflection have allowed me to come to terms with it, to put them in perspective. I can only imagine what would have happened had the clan not saved me from them. I owe them my life for that, and more.
You said that the Dalish rescued you from the bandits?
The bandits killed a scout when the clan passed near their camp. When the clan discovered him, Zathrian came looking for his killers. He followed their tracks for almost a month, and when he finally caught up to us, he fell on the bandits like a terror. No one could stop him. I sat there, and I watched him attack them in a blur, and I reveled in every blow. When he saw me, the fury in his eyes turned to pity. He took me back to the clan, and I've been here ever since.
Didn't you have family you could have returned to?
It's possible I might have had some, maybe many. Zathrian offered to take me back, but I had no idea where I was from, and I wanted to stay with the man who rescued me. The clan is my family. Any others out there? It's best they believe that little girl died with her parents. For now, the clan is all I need. My old world could not have offered me all this, and the knowledge of a keeper as well. Perhaps one day, when I am keeper, I might inquire out of curiosity. I'm not sure what lies down that road except pain, however.
What does a keeper do exactly?
A keeper is, first and foremost, the leader of the clan. He decides where we go and when we shall move. He's also responsible for knowing the clan's ancient lore and passing it on to the others in the clan. Without a keeper, the clan's knowledge is lost forever, so the clan protects him like no other.
What can you tell me about Zathrian?
Nothing that you could not ask Zathrian himself. He is the keeper of this clan and has been for a very long time. He is also a very good man who has lost much. The Dalish are everything to him, and he would do anything to protect them.
Lost much? What has he lost?
He lost his family a very long time ago. I don't know the story, but I understand the circumstances were horrific.
So, how did you become keeper?
I am not a keeper. I am Zathrian's first. Though because I was not born into the clan, becoming his first was very difficult. We Dalish have old traditions. The clans come from the ranks of the nobility that once ruled the Dales, you see. The keepers of those old clans have the strongest and purest blood that reaches back to the days of Arlathan. I had to compete against the other candidates for first, to be better than them in everything, simply because I was not of the old blood.
Do they resent your success?
No. Zathrian told me that time would take away their prejudices, and it did. They became used to me. The clan has placed great trust in me. One day, I will lead them and be the one who secures our future.
Cool. Why are the Dalish so hostile?
They have reason. Since the days of Arlathan, my people have been either subjugated or homeless.
Huh. But I'm not responsible for what's been done to the elves.
That's true, and you're not even a human, so it's doubly unfair. But fairness does not play into such feelings. No outsider has ever been good for us.
You aren't hostile.
I was not born here, so I see things differently from the others. Still, I do not blame them for what they feel. Perhaps this may change one day, but I believe the humans would have to take the first steps, if they are capable.
So, what's this Arlathan you mentioned?
It was our ancestral home, long ago when the humans first came to these lands. We were free then, and immortal. We did not know how to deal with the humans, and in the end, they turned their power against us and destroyed Arlathan. Our ancestors were enslaved, and our culture lost forever.
Does Arlathan still exist?
Not to my knowledge. According to the old tales, the human mages sank our Lathan into the ground, crushing it beneath the rock.
Interesting. I can see why you resent humans then.
Shemlin, we call them. Quick children. I suppose it takes a certain arrogance to look upon another people as children, no? Perhaps we should be more heedful of our own role in our Lathan's loss. Even so, it was a bitter lesson to learn. One we are not grateful for.
I thought the elf homeland was called the Dales.
That was our second homeland. Our first was the great city of Arlathan. The Dales came when they were freed from enslavement. Elves everywhere journeyed hundreds and thousands of miles to the Dales, eager to start their lives anew. They called it the Long Walk. They reached the Dales and made it their own. And one day it was taken from us too, and you wonder why we are hostile.
Is there no way to get on your clan's good side?
It requires an individual to prove he is not the outsider we have come to expect. Your own task to help our clan is certainly a step in the right direction.
I want to ask something else.
Certainly.
I should go.
As you wish. Darth Shiro.
Okay, we did get a codex out of that, so it was worth it. We got a lot of lore information there too. I don't think we got any XP for all that conversation. Some conversations do award experience, but I don't think that one did. But that's okay. It was interesting, and she was fun to talk to. So let's grab a quick save. And let's see what else we got going on here. We have a lot of exploring to do. If you'll notice, there's a chest behind her. Now, eventually, we will be welcome to the contents of that chest. But at this point, if you take it now, they get angry with you and accuse you of stealing. So don't do it until you get on their good side, so to speak. Let's get some codexes here. Walk around and grab some loot.
Lovely.
Got lots of exploration to do here, a couple of quests to pick up.
As you desire.
Let's talk to this fella.
Anderanetician, stranger. I am Athras. I hope the others have not been too harsh in their treatment of you.
They have, but I don't mind. I understand.
That is very generous of you. Most would assume we are unkind as a rule, and that is not the case. Especially not to a Grey Warden. But we have lost much, and it is easy to forget simple niceties at such a time. I understand you will search for the wolves in the Brazilian forest. I would join you, but Zathrian has forbidden me.
He's forbidden you?
We are banned from entering the forest now. I have more cause than most, but I will not disobey my keeper.
Why do you want to enter the forest?
That is a tale I am not sure I should tell an outsider. Surely you have greater concerns than my problems, stranger.
Please, tell me. I'd like to hear about it.
It's odd to talk so freely with a stranger, but perhaps you can help me. My wife Danilah and I both fought the werewolves in the ambush. She was injured so gravely, the curse spread rapidly in her. Zathrian fought hard to ease her pain, but there was little he could do. And though he says that Danilah is dead, he will not let me see her body. I am beginning to believe she became a werewolf, and that it is being kept from me so I do not go chasing after her. If I could just know if Danilah is alive, or what happened to her, then I could be at peace.
I see. I tell you what, why don't I take a look for her out in the forest?
I have an amulet made by our craftsman. It's not much, but I would be happy to give it to you in return for any news.
No problem. Okay, so what else we got going on here? Just collecting loot, grabbing quests. This is gonna spark a party banter. Nope.
Why are you smiling like that?
There we go.
You look suspiciously like the cat that swallowed the pigeon.
Canary.
What?
I look like the cat that swallowed the canary.
I once had a very large cat, but not my point. My point is, why are you smirking?
You were watching her, with great interest, I might add. In fact, I believe you were enraptured.
She's our leader. I look to her for guidance.
Oh, I see. So what guidance did you find in those swaying hips? Hmm?
No. I wasn't looking at, you know, her hind quarters.
Certainly.
I glanced in that direction, maybe, but I wasn't staring. Or really seeing anything, even.
Of course.
I hate you. You're a bad person.
Okay, that was pretty funny. Little party banter between Alistair and Wynne, obviously talking about his romantic relationship with the female dwarf noble rogue.
As you desire.
Okay, let's grab this here, and we have a little codex here, and let's talk to this fella.
What are you doing? You've warped the wood completely. Did you leave it out in the rain?
No, Master Verathorn. I think I just used too much heat.
You're not smelting ore like a Durgenlin. This is living wood. It requires patience and delicate hands, not more heat.
My actions bring me sorrow, Master Verathorn.
And so they should. Truly, the art will be lost to us forever at this rate. Throw away your dead wood and start anew, and I shall speak to our guest. Now then, please forgive my distraction, stranger. Is there something that you need?
What exactly do you make here?
I'm the clan's craftsmaster. It's my responsibility to learn what I can of the ancient elven arts of shaping wood and ore. In truth, we Dalish know little of the art compared to what we once did. And even what we know has taken us many lifetimes to achieve. There is wood that, if treated properly, is as hard as steel but far lighter. It grows only in this forest. Ironbark. The keeper has forbidden us from entering the forest to collect the wood. This means I cannot make our finest crafts for years to come.
What if I found some ironbark for you?
I would be hesitant to ask it of you, but if you should come across ironbark, I suppose there would be no harm in gathering some. It is blue and very distinctive. You can only harvest the bark which has fallen off the tree from age. Now, if you find some, bring it to me, and I will craft it for you.
Okay. I'll take a look when I'm in the forest.
That would please me, so long as our hunters come first.
Sure. Do you have anything to trade?
I am no merchant, but let us trade. Perhaps there's something here which will be of value to you.
Cool. Let's check out this guy's inventory. I can also unload a few items. I probably should have talked to him last. It just occurred to me I should have explored the village first and then talked to this guy. That way I could unload my inventory before I go out into the forest. But that's alright. Just getting rid of things that I just don't need. We have gifts, quartz, greenstone, blank vellum. Okay. Now, does he have anything I need? Oh, there's a swift salve. I could snag that, I suppose, but don't really need it. Oh, he's got unlimited death root. Unlimited elf root. And he's got some weapons and armor that I don't need. Elf rope. Oh, hey, here's a gift. I thought for sure this guy had Some sort of tome or something. I'm not seeing it. Maybe it's... I think he gets some sort of tome or something that's worth getting, but not until the end of the game, maybe. Okay, well, we'll come back and talk to this dude at a later time in the game. Now, what else do we have to explore here? There's that chest. We're not allowed to take that yet.
I never thought I'd ever set foot in a Dalish camp.
My mother was Dalish. They are a proud people. Those who refused to bow to defeat.
How do they move these things through the forest? Do the trees just get out of their way, or what?
Okay. Just want to finish looting, finish exploring.
And so I shall.
Chest here. Aha, let's do this.
The Hala. The Dalish call them their guides. They even lead an elf to oblivion when he dies, or so they claim.
I hear only the Dalish can control the Hala. They listen to no one else.
There are places where those horns bring huge prices. Can cure diseases, so they say.
Who comes? Oh, I beg your pardon, stranger. I was so busy attending to the Hala, I did not hear your approach.
Who are you?
My name is Alora. I am the master herder in charge of caring for the Hala. Not as exciting as being a Grey Warden, but the Hala are vital to us.
What is a Hala?
They are the noble beasts that pull our Aravel. What humans call land ships. They are our companions and our guides.
You make them sound like friends.
That is exactly what they are, in fact. We ride the Hala, but never with reins or a saddle. It is the Hala who decide where to lead us, and our privilege that they take our Aravel with them. In return, it's the herder's job to speak to the Hala and care for their needs. It's a bond of friendship, and not servitude.
I see. So, why have you separated this one from the others?
I fear she may have been bitten during the werewolf attack. I have tried speaking with her, but she is too agitated for me to understand. The curse would not affect her as it would us, but it would still be lethal. And it may prove contagious to the other Hala as well. I can find no wound on her, but if she's truly ill, then I will have to put her out of her misery, for her sake as well as that of the others.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful.
Let's see. I'm gonna go with survival. Try to calm the Hala.
Yes, that's it. She's calming down. That's it, love. Be calm. Tell me what troubles you. Ah, I see. It is her life mate who is sick, not her. He was bitten on the leg during the attack, and she fears greatly for him. I did not realize another Hala was injured. This will allow me to prevent the sickness from spreading to the entire herd. Masiranas, thank you. You have done my clan a great boon this day. I will always be grateful for your help.
Cool. So you have to have 2 points in the survival skill in order to do that quest. And so if you don't have that at this point in the game, you can always come back and talk to this woman later. Just a little bit of extra experience. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything over there. I see a death root. And an elf root.
Of course.
Okay, what else we got? I think we're almost done exploring and looting and such. There might be... let's go ahead and take care of this right here. You know what, I'm going to grab a quick save though. And let's do this as a little quest.
Hello?
There's no need to be afraid of me.
Of course. I'm very sorry. It's just that we don't get many visitors. Like you, I mean. Of your kind.
You've never seen a dwarf before?
Never. You're so much bigger than I... Oh, I didn't mean... Oh, dear. I should start over. I'm Kamen, a hunter apprentice. Though I wish I could become a real hunter.
Why can't you?
I shouldn't be talking about this to an outsider. You wouldn't understand.
Try me. I might surprise you.
I suppose there's no harm in it. It's not like you can help me. I've been an apprentice for too long. To become a true hunter, I must bring back the pelt of a beast I killed myself. A boar or a wolf or something. I wanted to hunt in the forest, but we're forbidden to enter because of the attack. But the real problem is Gaina.
Ah, girl problems, I see.
She's my heart's desire. I have asked for her hand, but she cruelly refuses it. She will not bond with an apprentice, she says, and calls me a child. I am no child. If I was a hunter, I could prove it, but I cannot hunt, and Gaina will never bond with me. I feel so helpless. I shouldn't have brought it up. Just leave me to my misery.
Wait, there must be some way to solve your problem.
You think I haven't thought about this? There's nothing I can do.
Perhaps I can talk to Gaina for you.
I suppose you could, but what good would that do? The situation hasn't changed.
I can be pretty persuasive.
Really? I'm willing to try anything.
It can't hurt.
Siranas. Oh, ma Siranas. I will pray to the goddess of love that you are successful.
Okay, so basically, this young elf boy here wishes to become a man, and he wants to ask his girlfriend Gaina over here to marry him. And because he hasn't proven that he's capable of raising a family at all, he's acting like a complete wuss, she says no and she won't marry him. So we're going to talk to her and see if maybe we can convince her. Now, I don't know if you have to be a male warden to do this or not, but you can do something very, very terrible here, and you can seduce her and take her into the tent and you know, have your way with her, and she feels really bad about it, and then you can go back and spit in Kamen's face basically and say, haha, I just bedded your lady or whatever. But that's terrible. I would never do that. So let's just talk to her the normal way.
Andaran Atishan, outsider.
You're Gaina, correct? Kamen mentioned you.
You spoke to him? What did he say?
He said that you refused to give him your hand in marriage.
Oh. I don't expect an outsider to understand our ways, but I just can't bond with Kamen. He's been a hunter apprentice for over 2 years now, and he's yet to slay a proper beast. Each time he's tried, something has gone wrong. Perhaps the creators do not wish us to bond. I cannot bond with an apprentice hunter, can I?
If you love him, it doesn't matter what he is, does it?
But what if he never becomes a proper hunter? What will become of our family?
If you love him, then believe in him and help him succeed.
Oh, you are right. I have made poor Kamen miserable. No wonder he cannot complete his hunt. Masiranas, thank you. You have helped me put this into perspective. I will go and speak to Kamen. Kamen, I have been a fool.
Gaina? What do you mean? Have you changed your mind?
I have. The outsider has helped me to see that I was wrong. I have made you miserable, and I should not have.
But what about my hunt?
I don't care about that. I know you will pass your hunt in time, and we will be happy. Us and our children.
Thank you, Gaina. You've made me a happy man. I feel blessed by the gods today.
Aw, we helped him out.
We are both very grateful for the part you've played in bringing us together.
How marvelous you are. I am so happy.
Here, take this. It's been in my family for a very long time, but I hope it plays some part in your battle against the Darkspawn. It's the very least we could do.
Yeah, so that chick is way out of that dude's league. I totally just hooked him up. But anyways, you're welcome, young man. Like to see young love succeed. Okay, so that takes care of that. What else we got? Are we almost done here? We get to go and sit down and talk to that fella, and he tells us a neat little story, and it's part of Wynn's personal quest. Let's switch over to the dog and take care of this real quick. Mulbari dominance is now active. Okay, he peed on the tent. I think we've explored everywhere and done everything, folks, so now it's time to sit down and listen to this story over here. Let's quick save before we do that.
Gaina and Cammon together, I see. Strange that you should take the time to involve yourself in that affair, of all things.
Have you ever heard of an elf named Inarin?
I appreciate you trying to find him, but what are the chances?
Inarin the healer?
You know Inarin?
He lives? No, it can't be him. Perhaps it is a common elven name.
No, I know of only one Inarin.
Ah, it makes sense. Inarin said that he was from the human cities. You are old friends, then?
If it's the same Inarin, then yes, Wynn knows him.
If you seek Inarin, you must venture into the forest. He prefers to be amidst the trees and the animals.
Thank you all so much.
What do you know about the werewolves?
We know only what Zathrian has told us over the years. I never saw one myself until the attack.
Is there a way to prevent being afflicted by their curse?
Other than not to get bitten? Not that I know of.
I see. If they're so mindless, like Zathrian claims, how did they ambush you? Wouldn't that take intelligence?
Some of us have wondered. The Keeper says they are simply cunning, that any beast can lie in wait. But this seemed more than that. It was planned. These are no simple beasts. Then the real question is why the Keeper would insist that it is not so.
Why would he lie?
I do not believe he would. But even the wisest of men do not always see the truth in front of them. Nor do they always wish to.
Yeah, I understand. Do they have any strange abilities?
As you know, they can shapeshift into wolves, allowing them to hide amidst the true wolves.
Ah, okay. How does one fight them?
The hunters say they have strength and speed far beyond what's ordinary, and are as tough as such beasts come. Like wolves, they hunt in packs so as to combine their strength. But in the end, a blade kills them as surely as it does any other. What you need to fear is their bite. If you're infected, you are done. Though not right away, and not all at once.
Okay, well, that's enough for me.
Of course. You wish something else?
Yeah, what can you tell me about the forest?
I know a few tales. Our clan has passed this way many times before, even when the Shemlin lived in these parts. You wish? I can tell you what I know. It is not a long story.
Okay, tell me.
Our legends say that before the Shemlin came, the Brazilian forest was a place of our ancestors that predated even our oldest homeland. The people of the Imperium came here and gave the forest its name. If they found traces of our ancestors, we cannot say. If they did, Those elves were slain or enslaved. We know only that a great many battles were fought here. These trees grow upon the graves of those who fell, Shemlin and elves both.
And those battles tore the veil.
Indeed. Very wise of you. There was so much death that the veil into the beyond was torn. The Shemlin know the beyond as the Fade, the place of dreams and spirits. When the veil is torn, spirits pass into our world freely. The legends say that one great spirit possessed the wolf that became Witherfang, who passed its curse of rage onto men and created werewolves.
That was one of those conversation choices that show up only if you have a high cunning, which is kind of neat. So if you go through the game as a dexterity rogue, or if you go through the game as a warrior or a mage, you wouldn't see that conversation option. It's just kind of neat. Hidden little gems, you know. Okay, so he says, the legends say that a great spirit possessed the wolf that became Witherfang, who passed its curse of rage onto men and created werewolves. This Witherfang still exists today?
So Zathrian insists. He says that Witherfang does not age, as the werewolves do. Witherfang is as much spirit as it is beast, and thus it is immortal. Perhaps it cannot even be slain. At the very least, it is old and powerful, much as Zathrian himself.
I see. So, there are many spirits in the forest?
The forest is said to be haunted. Spirits possess the trees, the wolves, even the bodies of the dead. They yearn for true life, you see.
Interesting. How many werewolves are there?
No one knows. When the Shemlin lived in these parts, the curse would spread anew to a few of them with each passing year. They would run off into the forest, never to be seen again. Eventually, all the Shemlin left. One assumes the werewolves survive by passing their curse to their offspring. They have had no new blood. Until now, that is.
Interesting. Have the hunters become werewolves?
It is said that one or two have turned already, though the Keeper denies it. As for the rest, they will either die or turn, unless they are killed out of mercy. I would rather die than become a ravening, soulless beast. Wouldn't you?
I don't know. So, there were battles in this forest?
Who can say what value the Imperium placed on this land? And how many elves died here, in slavery? Even the barbarians, who came to overthrow the Imperium, fought and died on this soil.
Well, that's all I needed to know.
One last warning. The forest is like a thing alive. It changes as it wills, closing paths behind you and opening up new ones. Too many have become lost within, unable to find their way out. Were I you, I would endeavor not to make the forest my enemy. Dareth Shirral.
Duly noted. Okay, so I think, let's grab a quick save. I think that takes care of it. I don't think there's anything else we can do. We've gotten all the loot, we've gotten all the codexes, we've started all of the quests. We grabbed that guy's quest, we did this guy's quest, we helped Kamen and Gaina get together, we talked to Sarl? I don't know. We did the Hala, and I clicked on that statue already, even though it's still highlighted down there. I know I clicked on it. Okay, how do I get out of here? To the east. We need to go east. Okay, this way goes out into the forest. So... do you want to just hard save it right here? I think this is a great place for a hard save, you know? Let's hard save it right here. Save, Dalish camp. And as always, thank you for watching. and I'll see you next time, folks.